Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. First, I want to apologize for being away for so long. A lot has happened since I stopped my videos, and I stopped my videos not because I stopped enjoying them or I stopped my budgeting journey. Life just got in the way. For anyone that is still around from then, I was planning my parents' surprise anniversary party, and towards the end, I just became very overwhelmed that I was not going to have enough money. So I started working so many extra shifts. I even started door dashing. I actually really like door dashing. Just to get extra money, and I just did not have time to do these videos. And I did stop my strict budgeting for that time being, just because all of the money I was making was going to my parents' anniversary party and then paying off my credit card. So that was kind of why I had a hiatus. I'm sorry, but now I'm back on the budgeting train. I am actually sitting in my new apartment. I moved in a few days ago. I am getting ready to start my clinical part of my master's program, and I am about 7 or 8 hours away from home. So I decided that I really need to get back on a strict budget, because my clinical externship is unpaid. So I really can't afford to go over on anything. So I am bringing this bad boy back. So I'm actually going to do my monthly budget for March, just because we are halfway through February, and I don't anticipate having any bills for the rest of February. My parents did help me move in, and I am completely fortunate that they did stock up my fridge and my freezer, so I don't have to worry about groceries for a little bit. So I also, because I am on my own, I did bring my one dog up, my dog. I do have 3, but my other 2 are more family dogs. So I do have to budget for his sake and my sake, and I really want to be strict with not wasting food and making sure that I am not eating out. Little to no eating out at all. And also, since I really can't afford any extra money splurges, I am only using the stickers that I have left over from last year, or just all my other stickers. So that's why my planners may look a little boring, but that's okay. They're all going to be handwritten. So this is for the month, but we are just going to go out for the okay, there goes that pen. We will do a different color. So let's do March. Budget. So where I'm living, I still have about a half an hour commute to where I need to work. I actually really want that pen that I dropped. I can't reach it, so that will just have to wait. So I am anticipating that my gas budget is gonna have to increase for the month, just because I will be driving roughly 30 miles each way, Monday to Friday. And since I am in a rural area, gas is a little bit more money. So I do also have to budget for that. So before I start putting like my amounts down, I'm just going to write out what I need to budget for. So my first one is gas. That is an important one. I'm sorry, I'm totally drawing a blank. Gas, groceries. Now, I did say that I am pretty good on groceries for a little bit, but I would rather stock up a little bit money here or there. So when I do have to go get groceries, I have something put away. So gas, groceries, and then I'm going to do household. Now, I do extreme couponing, that's actually how I got a lot of the money for my parents' anniversary party. So I didn't have to pay everything that I stocked the apartment with. I stocked from my stockpile I had back at home, but I am still gonna put away because that will eventually run out. So I have gas, groceries, household. I will have an eating out, but like very minimal. You know, everything sounds great on paper, but something may happen where I have to eat out or whatever. So eating out, I'm gonna have medical, like if I just need medicine, things like that, because I am in a much colder climate. Right, currently it's about 8 degrees, so I am anticipating, which I don't really want to, knock on wood, but I do want to be prepared if I do get a cold or I do get sick up here, so I want to have that. And then I will be having a clothing. So like I just said, I will be in a much colder climate. Well, I currently am in a much colder climate. I got, for the most part, things that I need. But just in case if anything pops up that I don't have that I need, I will have that. And then also, because for my clinical, it is business attire, so I did buy business stuff before I came up, just to make sure I had enough. But just if anything happens, I will have something there. I have clothing, and then I have a car, because I will be doing a lot of driving up here, so just to save for oil changes or whatnot. I'm not so much concerned with my sinking funds right now, just because I don't have an income, but I do want to make sure that I'm hitting my, so I might actually add my eating out, and then I will have a spending just in case if I want anything, spending, and then I will have a fun. I don't know anyone in town currently or in the area currently, but if, once I start my clinical, if I make friends, whatever, not if, when I make friends, if I get invited out to do something, I would want to have some money set aside for that. So then I have spending just kind of at just random. And then I want also to be working on my savings funds. So I did actually clear out all of my savings funds right before my parents' party, because I was worried that I was going to be short on money. So I cleared out all my savings challenges. So I had enough money. So all those are starting at 0 as well. So I'm going to do savings challenges. And then also, it is officially 1 year since I last used my credit card, which is crazy. I have paid like 75% of my credit card down, which is super exciting. And honestly, for when I started a year ago, I was so stressed. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. I was so stressed on how I was going to pay that, but I finally got it paid down, and I don't have any intentions of using my credit card anytime soon, but it is there if in an emergency, if I do need it. So I do have my savings challenges, and then I'm gonna have an emergency. Oh, I've totally forgot my dog. I have a pet. I'm actually gonna have a pet and then a vet. Because I do want to save, because vet bills are extremely expensive. So I just do want to have that saved up differently from pet. So that will go towards my dog's food. I did have to get him jackets because it is really cold up here. He does have snowshoes, because with the sand and the snow, he does need snowshoes. So those were really expensive. Those were like $100. He's a big boy. So they were the biggest size in dog shoes. And also dog shoes, they do not sell them in sets of 4. They only sell them in sets of 2, which really doesn't make any sense. But so I do want to have those 2 bills separate. And I did say earlier that I am in a rural area, so the nearest Walmart is an hour away. That town that has Walmart also has Target, and that's actually where my dog's vet is. So we will be traveling to the vet. There's a lot of like mom and pop grocery stores around here, or for my dog's food, because he's on the hill science, like sensitive stomach. So there aren't many places I can get the food. So the local hardware stores do sell it, but you do have to pay more because it is local. You're shopping small, which I don't mind at all, but I do have to budget a little bit more for that. So I couldn't find my regular black pen, so I just have my friend's one that I got from a craft fair. So gas, I'm gonna see how I do with $160 a month. Yeah, we'll see how I do with $160 a month. And then if I have to tweak, if possible. Yeah, if I have to tweak, it's gonna be, I would have to add more, but we'll start with $160. Grocery, this was one I was toying with. My goal is to spend like $50 a week. I know that may sound like a lot, but I'm not going to be eating out. All 3 meals are going to be at home. So, and like I said, I am in a rural area, so I don't have access to like bigger chain grocery stores. So I will be having to spend more money. So groceries are going to be $200. And then actually, I forgot credit card. I forgot my credit card, so I'll put it down. So groceries is going to be $200. Household is not going to get much because, like I said, so actually for March, I don't know if I'm going to do $200 for groceries, but we'll just keep it like that. Household is only going to get $20 because, like I said, I do have everything here, but I know I forgot Windex. I did not bring Windex, so I know I need Windex. So I'll have to eventually get that. Eating out is only gonna get $20 as well, and I also do have a lot of gift cards, so if I am gonna eat out it is gonna be for here. There aren't many chain places here. I know there is a McDonald's, but that is just about it. There is about a Subway like a half an hour away, so I do have to go out of my way to eat out, which is honestly a good thing because at home I always eat out. So it's probably a good thing that all the restaurants are further away. Like there are a lot of mom and pop stores, restaurants where I am, but nothing like chain. Like nothing really fast food. Everything is sit down restaurant. So medical is going to get $30. I turned 26 at the end of last year, so I did lose my health insurance, so I am on the state plan, and so I've been doing really good with my copays. My copays have been pretty low, but my medicine, when I go to pick up from the pharmacy, has been higher, so that will be for my medications, as well as if I need anything over the counter. Clothing is going to get $20 for the month. Oh, am I losing my pen? There we go. Car is going to get $20 as well. Spending is going to get $20 as well. I mean, like I said, I'm going to be working Monday to Friday, so I'm not going to really be having that much time to go and shop, but I think I am losing my pen. Maybe go for a different black one. This is a different friend's one. So that's another $20. Savings challenges. I do want to put a lot away for my savings challenges. So saving challenges is still going to be $100. Pet is going to be, I'll do $50 because I did bring a bag of food up with him, but he also gets, because he's almost 11, my baby, he also gets Chewies for his joints, and we go through a bag of those like every month and a half. So those I get on Amazon, which I actually got a lot of Amazon gift cards for like Christmas, my birthday, so I'll be covered with those for a while. That is gonna get $50 as well. He does have tomorrow, we have to, because since we moved, the new vet wants to see him, so I will probably have to pay not out of pocket, because I'll be paying out of pocket anyway, but with my debit card for this vet visit. But from there on out, this is just going to be saving for when we do have to go back to the vet. And then credit card, I've been paying $300 a month, so my minimum is so much less than $300 a month, but that's how I've been doing. That's my minimum payment that I make. But now that I'm not working, and I worked really hard to make sure I got my card paid down, so my minimum can be a lot less. I am going to do my minimum at $150. I want to say my minimum, I think, is like $100. So I'm still paying my credit card off with additional, but I am still keeping money in my savings account. So now let me just add all that up. My handy dandy iPad. So, and like I said, I am going to tweak this. My grocery one is probably going to decrease just because I do have a lot. Like my freezer is filled with meat. So my grocery bill each week is probably just going to be my fresh stuff. So my pantry is also stocked as well. I stocked that before I came up. So this is coming in at $860 for the month. Like I said, this will be tweaked, and if I want to say my grocery one is going to be the one that's tweaked the most. Groceries and honestly maybe household, but so this is my budget. I'll recalculate it later to make sure that I got it correct. But I had powder gel, and there are no places to my knowledge in the area to get my nails done, but I also didn't want to worry about that expense when I wasn't making money. So I did peel my powder gel off, and I still have some remnants. And since I didn't peel it off in the best way, my nails kind of have like white spots on them, but so that's like another expense I will not have to worry about, but I know I will have to worry about getting my eyebrows done, so that will either go in, I will probably have to make a beauty section for this, but right now this is more of a learning curve. This is my first month. This will be my first month of truly living on my own, and so I'm kind of learning as I go, and I am really excited. I'm really happy to be back on my budgeting, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Thank you. Bye.